Alright, this is my first time actually talking to the camera, so let's give it a shot. I don't like parking my bike in winter and just waking it up in the spring. I actually prefer riding in winter. When it comes to the temperature, if I get hot, I can just roll down the zipper in my jacket and cool off fast. But can you ride in winter, stay warm, and do it on a budget? I think so. So let me show you how. I gotta take the camera too. So, how do you stay warm without emptying your wallet? Well, staying warm in winter all comes down to three things. A good base layer, some windproof or waterproof outside shell, and some warm layers in between. If you want to stay on a budget, just avoid motorcycle specific gear as much as possible. The only motorcycle specific gear you need is the one you already have. So I had a riding jacket and some riding jeans, and I started from there. So let's talk base layers. Base layers are very important. Those are the ones touching your skin. So wool is amazing, keeps you warm and handles moisture. I use wool socks, wool leggings, and a breathable cotton t-shirt. Then on top of that, I use my riding jacket and some riding jeans. For the boots, I chose regular hiking boots that are waterproof. And for gloves, you can just pick any waterproof winter gloves and it will work, but I'll show you a trick later. And the most important thing is the neck warmer. I use a wool neck warmer and just connects my jacket with my helmet, and it doesn't allow any wind to get inside. So gloves are tricky. What I did, I just bought a normal pair of waterproof winter gloves, and they turned out to not be waterproof, which I found out the first rain. What I did, I carefully cut them open and I removed the liner, and inside was like a plastic bag membrane. It resembled like a garbage bag, and what I did, I just removed that plastic bag, removed the liner. Now I just use a normal winter glove inside the shell, and that is even better, much warmer. Also, you can choose any glove inside, and this gives you protection, and with the inside glove you stay warm. If you want to make them waterproof again, you can just use one of those plastic gloves mechanics use to work on stuff. You can just put over the inside glove and put your hand inside the motorcycle riding gloves shell, and that will make them waterproof. And I prefer this much more than relying on what manufacturers think is waterproof. So, this is the part that I love the most. You can use the same riding gear and just add or remove layers as it gets colder or warmer. I don't even use my jacket liner above 10 degrees, and when it gets colder I just add the liner back in, and that feels like a completely different jacket. If it gets even colder, I add a wool sweater underneath my jacket. And for the legs, I just bought like a normal hiking pants that are wind resistant, and I bought them 2 sizes larger than what I needed, so they fit over my riding jeans. I actually wore my riding jeans when I was buying those, so I could try them on, make sure they fit. Yeah, so with that gear like that, you can ride up until 1, 2, 3 degrees. I'm actually in 3rd gear, and this is quite the elevation. quick side note. If you're curious about the scooter that I'm riding right now, it's a Chinese brand that's very common where I live. It's advertised as 125cc, but is registered as 50cc, which is weird, but it actually sounds and rides like a bigger bike. I'll have a full video on it coming soon, followed by other videos like why GoPro is a joke in 2026 and nobody talks about it. Make sure to subscribe to not miss any of those. So, let me break down what I spent. And keep in mind, this is all season riding gear, not just winter. The jacket was around $100, riding jeans 75, gloves were 25, but remember the trick I showed you earlier to make them even warmer and 100% waterproof. All my wool layers like socks, leggings, shirt, sweater, neck warmer, about $30 from the farmer's market. Waterproof hiking boots for about $50, and just windproof hiking pants 25. So yeah, riding in winter on budget is absolutely possible. Layers are everything, and when you're buying those, just make sure you can add or remove them easily as the temperature changes. Just look at that view. You can actually see a line on the mountains over there where the snow begins. That's so cool. This is a nice spot. Except the garbage. I mean, it's better now, it's collected in one bag. It was all over the place the last time I was here. That's it, guys. Bye now.